This week on TriCenter, the Xterra Pro Series is a wrap, and we take you to Vegas, baby, for the Interbike trade show. TriCenter starts now. Welcome to TriCenter, your weekly triathlon news show. I'm Ann Wessling. Perfect fall weather set the stage for Xterra's USA Championship in Ogden, Utah on Saturday, where Nico Lebrun of France and Canada's Melanie McQuaid took the top honors. Seth Wheeling was the first to exit Pineview Reservoir. Stoltz popped out 40 seconds later, but had the lead shortly after swim turned to bike. Lebrun wasn't a part of the picture until mountain bike mile 8, where he found himself just 30 seconds behind Stoltz. With just 2 miles to go, Lebrun kicked on a climb, passing Stoltz and winning by 52 seconds. Melanie McQuaid came out of the water more than 3 minutes behind Christine Jeffrey, but quickly turned the tables. At the bike leg's halfway point, McQuaid, a 3-time world champion, had a healthy 2-minute lead. Her closest rival, Shawnee Van Landingham of Durango, Colorado, worked to within a minute of the lead, but was then slowed by a flat tire. Van Landingham made up ground on the run, but didn't have enough to catch McQuaid. Of course, the USA Championship was also the end of the 9-stop Xterra Pro Series. The overall series title again went to Conrad Stoltz. Lebrun landed in second, and Josiah Middow of Vail, Colorado, finished third. Middow has been the top-ranked American for 5 of the last 6 years. Melanie McQuaid won 6 of the 9 Pro Series events to claim another overall title. Shawnee Van Landingham followed in second, and Renata Bucher finished the year in third. After the break, it's race wrap-up. Stay tuned.
Looking for a good long-term investment besides stocks and real estate? The Range Rover Sport is predicted to have the highest residual value in its class. Range Rover Sport, the luxury that's more than a luxury.
The husband and wife team of Greg and Laura Bennett made a splash at yesterday's ESI Ironman 70.3 Augusta, winning the men's and women's races respectively. Known for their success in short course triathlons, the Bennetts had until recently said they weren't interested in racing longer distances. But as prize money on the Olympic Distance Lifetime Fitness Series wanes, more and more pros are making the leap to the 70.3 and even Ironman. Race Wrap-Up has the details.
It's been hard in a way because, you know, with the draw of the Ironman and the distance stuff, it's been, I get asked every day, like, Greg, when are you going to go long? When are you going to step up to Ironman? And I had to make a business decision about 4 years ago, and you know, with the Lifetime Fitness Series having such incredible prize money, I really had to just focus in on that, and thankfully I was rewarded for it.
In Augusta, it was Brian Fleischman who emerged first from the water. Both Greg Bennett and cycling specialist Bjorn Anderson got around him during the bike leg. Bennett went on to win, while Australian Chris Lay ran his way to second. Fleischman hung on for third, while Anderson faded to 10th place. Pip Taylor was the first woman out of the water, despite making a trip to Las Vegas for the Interbike trade show earlier in the week. By the start of the run leg, Laura Bennett followed only Magali Tissier. Bennett's 1:23:17 half marathon wasn't the fastest of the day, but it was enough to ensure a Team Bennett sweep. TriCenter is back in just 15 seconds.
The inaugural Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon and Half Marathon, the real deal you've been waiting for. High-energy, action-packed courses that scream the excitement of Vegas, and a finish line festival that you'll never forget. Register at rnrvegas.com today.
Ben Hoffman's name has been on the tip of many pros' tongues when it comes to Americans in Kona. He's young, he's fast, and he's on the phone with this week's Big Island update. Ben, you've done only one Ironman race, and it's your first time in Kona. What do you think of the course?
As far as the training and the course, it's been a major wake-up call for sure. Especially on the bike. I think looking at some of the split times in the past, and never having been here, I thought, well, it must be reasonable to ride 4.5 hours. But, it's deceptively hilly, and obviously when the wind's blowing and the sun's beating down out there in the lava fields, it's a real mental and physical, test of strength.
So what are your expectations? How would you like to finish this year, or is that something you don't really worry about?
I would like to finish as close to the top 10 as possible, actually, and it might be, it might sound really optimistic for a first-timer in Hawaii, but I've been training super well. I feel good, and, I look at the times and I think it's reasonable to get, close to 8.5 hours, and historically that's, close to the top 10. So it depends on the year and the conditions and everything else, but, I think if I can have a good, solid race, I think that time and that, placing is realistic for me.
Thanks, Ben. Next up, we're going to Vegas. Stick with us.
I'm a Tour de France stage winner. I'm an Olympic medalist. I'm a son. I am a husband. And because I'm all of these, I ride with my road ID. It's who I am.
It's that time of year again. Every September, the cycling industry heads to Las Vegas, Nevada for the Interbike trade show. Now, the show isn't open to consumers, so we sent Triathlete Magazine's Brad Culp and editor-in-chief of Inside Triathlon, TJ Murphy, on assignment. From gurus to storks, let's take a look at what they found on the floor of Interbike.
This is Brad Culp with Triathlete Magazine. We're here at the annual Interbike Trade Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's take a look at the show floor and see what new triathlon products are out there for 2010.
The fork is a special fork where we have a system integration, which means we have the brake built into the fork.
The new T2 transition shoe from Scott USA. They're getting into the running market.
Just to put your foot in, you grab the top tab, yank up on it, you're good to go.
E non smetterà di fare novità.
I'm a pretty aggressive racer, and that's why I choose this bike, and very, very proud to be supported by that company. It's awesome.
The Weight's a runner. It was first developed as a rehab instrument.
Well, it's a wetsuit where we didn't build it around the price point. What we did is we wanted to make no compromises. We wanted to get the best materials we could source.
I had a guy just land sort of straight on the back of my heel, and I was going forward, and it just ruptured my Achilles. I actually thought it was just really bad cramp.
Chrono 2.0 is the next natural evolution of our already very successful Chrono.
First impressions, I need to lose weight. Second impressions, it's extremely flexible.
The entire arm and then the shoulder panel is Yamamoto 40. You have 1.5 millimeter neoprene here.
All right, and lastly and most important, is this the strangest interview you have ever done?
This is by far the sexiest interview I think I've done.
That's all for TriCenter. We'll leave you with more of the sights and sounds of Xterra. Thanks for watching. You want this Garmin Forerunner 310 XT? On October 12th, I'm going to put it back in its box and I'm going to send it off to a lucky winner. All you have to do to be entered to win the 310 is send out a tweet that includes @TriCenter before the October 10th Ironman World Championships. Easy, right?